North Korean forces have pushed across the 38th parallel deep into South Korea in a full-scale invasion supported by the Chinese and the Soviet Union. Here in 1992, during the Second Korean War, Kim Il-sung giving the order in order to try to capture all of South Korea and unite the peninsula under one flag. But unfortunately for them, they are about to be invaded themselves. Hello again, friends and fans. Raptor here. Good to have you here for Wargame Red Dragon. We're going to be bringing some of our Navy up now in order to fight off the Soviet Navy here at Naval Sector Hotel. And if you've been watching, the enemy has been pushing deeper and deeper, but we're about to lure them into an attack, or rather a trap, where I'm going to cut across here and cut off an entire North Korean military force and also their aircraft as well. We'll see if we can do it, but we've got a lot of territory to recapture. The Chinese supporting a naval invasion in the west, and the Soviets trying to flank us and destroy the USS Enterprise in the east, and failing to do so. We're going to be fighting here at Naval Sector Hotel, where two groups of escort flotillas, the Escort Flotilla 2 and 3 of the Japanese, are going to support the USS Enterprise in eliminating the 30th Ship Division, which has one Udaloy remaining. Once we've done that, we pretty much have cleared the skies and the seas of the Red Menace that has pushed down all the way from up here at Vladivostok, and it's going to basically, we're going to recapture these sectors here in order to get more political points to convince our allies, such as the French and the British and the Germans who are coming, or the French who've already arrived. The Ark Royal will arrive tomorrow, but we're going to be invading China here and capture their port at Qingdao to punish them for their assistance of the North Koreans, and then eventually capture Vladivostok as well to punish the Soviet Union for their involvement here in this battle. We have to secure Seoul as well. The the 567th Marine Regiment has invaded Seoul, and yet again we're going to see a battle there. But we're going to hold like champions, and we're going to also break off with some of these tanks, and we're going to see victories across the whole board. From here on out, it will be a complete advance into North Korea. We're going to be basically blocking their forces, cutting them off, destroying them, and invading China, and so much more. So this is the absolute turning point. Speaking of which, let's start this turning point then by eliminating the Soviet Navy here in the ocean. And let's go ahead and put them all the way to the bottom of it. Yes, if you guys want to see more of this one, go ahead and blow it up as well, and hit it up to 2,500 likes. Let's do that, baby. Let's show our support then for all of our forces here who are about to score a wonderful victory. And if you want to see the end of this regime back in like 1992, then it's about to happen here. So thank you everyone for tuning in. We're going to get started by bringing our forces over to the right side. I'm going to try to have an Oliver Hazard Perry escort a... actually, let's have two Oliver Hazard Perrys. No, instead, let's have a Congo and a few ships go over to the naval sector at India. We're going to receive reinforcements, and we're going to surround all the enemies at Naval Sector Juliet, where they do have some Air Force as well that will try to strike down on top of us. We're going to try to get our forces out of Gulf and such and move over this way so we can provide more direct fire to the enemy. And let's go ahead and get some Pohangs out, because they have a lot of great Sea Whiz, which will deflect enemy missiles and deal with any enemy aircraft, which we're bound to see. Oliver Hazard Perry there is going to be a little bit on his own, but we're trying to basically put our ships in a way where it's going to be very difficult for the Soviets to fire their ASMs. Just trying to think of some area where we can block direct fire from anti-ship missiles. Let's get started. Alright, Udaloy getting ready to fire, more than likely over here at the Oliver Hazard Perry. And we don't get to choose which direction our ships spawn from, so we're just going to have to try to make do. And there we go. Enemy missiles destroyed. Alright, we're going to move our full military flotilla over here, our naval flotilla over this direction. Let's hold off on firing those harpoons. We're not going to hit anything. It looks like the enemy military or navy is moving tenders through, and in Anushka as well, looks like they're going to try to block us at Naval Sector India. And it looks like since they've moved out of that sector, they don't have air support, and neither do we. Oh, wait a minute, they do have air support. One little helicopter. Wow, look at that missile on the side of that thing. Crazy. Two giant anti-ship missiles are about ready to fire from that KA-27 PLP. Unfortunately for them, it's going to be probably a little too late. Our ships will be able to shoot that down, no problem. All right, we're going to get our Oliver Hazard Perrys here. Looks like they've recaptured. We'll probably see some aircraft flying down on top of us shortly. Let's go ahead and recapture over here, too. We're going to build up our Navy before we attack. That Udaloy 2 is still an absolute beast, and it looks like our Air Force is pretty much ready to strike. We're going to build up our force before we roll out, or before we get underway. Look at that. Enemy aircraft were spotted up over the top. Oliver Hazard Perry has probably deflected those. KA is about to be shot down. If it gets any closer to our... looks like it already took one missile. If it gets any closer, it's going to have a bad time. When we attack, the Udaloy 2 is going to panic and have to flee in order to defend itself, and that will cut off their naval air force, which is being... I think there's a carrier nearby that's supplying those, so they'll have to go back. There is a carrier around here somewhere. Not in this battle, but somewhere in the sea. Let's go ahead and get another Pohang out. The best thing about these is that they have Sea Whiz, and I'm really looking forward to shooting down Udaloy's missiles wherever they may come from. Let's go ahead and get our ships to move over here. We'll keep the Oliver Hazard Perry on its own. Alright, it looks like we've got the Soviets between a rock and a hard place here. That rock being the island, and the hard place being the Allied Navy that's pushing through. American Oliver Hazard Perrys and Congos, Pohangs, and such of the Japanese fleet are in support. And we probably should just keep pumping these out. We really need a lot of Sea Whiz in order to do what we're going to do here. Make 25s. 29s, rather. Hitting one of our ships. Come on, get him, baby. Fire those missiles. Ooh, very close. Very close. Alright, they're going to continue to attack us with their air force, so I think it's about time we attack that Udaloy so he has to bail. And that way we don't see any more missiles coming our way from enemy aircraft. Enemy ships we can deal with. Aircraft are a little tougher. They can get a lot closer to fire their missiles before a Sea Whiz has a chance to fire back. Alright, let's get ready to engage. Alright, enemy cannons are firing. Much better to see the enemy cannons. And it looks like reinforcements have arrived. Nanushkas are there. That's why we needed all that Sea Whiz. Let's get a aircraft up. Super Hornet, do your thing. Sit there. Beautiful. Udaloy almost being hit. Alright. So that Udaloy should be able to fire for days and days before it destroys us. Unfortunately, I believe enemy ships in this game and enemy units in general are equipped with endless supplies of anything because they don't necessarily simulate... Wait, what are all those missiles coming from? Oh, wow. They don't simulate any sort of rearmament. Udaloy... Oh, looks like the radar antenna has been crippled, so their ability to deflect ASMs is down. Good opportunity for us to get in there with the Pegasus. Captain's killed on the bridge. Oh, man, that Udaloy is crippled. Get everything you got on it, boys. Let's go. Pohang's only got 76 millimeters. Let's just stay back a little bit. Let's get closer. Congo's firing out again. ASMs are going to have a little bit more trouble dealing with us, and aircraft too. Alright, let's get a captured Moon out here. Let's get some of our ships resupplied. Weapons officer is down. Captain killed on the bridge. This one's almost over. Pegasus firing its missiles. Wow, they're almost dead. This is going to be the loss of the whole Soviet Navy right here. Let's swing in with another missile. Let's get that Moon out here. The Moon is going to be dropping some good supplies on our forces. Pegasus ASMs are going out. Unfortunately, the Super Hornet not being able to hit him yet. This ship is extremely dangerous. Let's get some more Pegasus out. Hello? What? I think the computer just like was trying to rage quit, but it wouldn't. What was that? That was interesting. Like a crazy amount of lag I just experienced. Okay, so the Moon is going to supply us with some more missiles. The Nanushka trying to do a favor for the Udaloy, going out front. Nanushka there firing at the OHP. It should be able to take it down. Alright, let's get our remaining Pegasus out. Pegasi. Alright, Oliver Hazard Perry. Come on, baby. You can do better than that. I think it went over the top. Enemy aircraft. They might overwhelm the OHP here. Yep. Wow, what good timing. One will hit. Very small hits, but getting them nonetheless. Alright, boys, this is it. Let's finish off that Udaloy. No, Pegasus, don't be stupid. Alright, let's overwhelm the Udaloy and get out of here. Go, go, go. Weapons hot. Fire your missiles. Go, go, go. Yes! And there she went. Missile from the beautiful Hornet, stinging him right in the ass. Fantastic. A total victory, and the 30th Surface Ship Division has been annihilated. Fantastic. The Soviet fleet that was leading the offensive in the EC has been entirely destroyed. The Russians probably have more in store for us, but for the moment we can launch our counterattack in this sector. Fantastic. Alright, so that counterattack meaning now we can get some breathing room. We're going to start moving our units as soon as possible to India and Juliet, which will give us 15 more reinforcement points when we can. But you can rest assured there's a Soviet Navy waiting for us right here at Naval Sector Oscar. We'll see what they plan to do. But basically what I'm going to do is reach out to India and Juliet and then creep all the way up to Naval Sector Mike, where eventually we can launch a naval attack into North Korea. Very good. All right, very, very good scores there. We can keep our ships here for now and possibly R&R them if needed or refit. Refitting would probably be a great idea. Some of our ships have really taken a good pummeling. But before we do that, we need to capture more territory for the political points. That's way more important. So let's go ahead and do our battle for Seoul. Yet again, I think these troops are very, very motivated, but also having a very limited force, I think. The Marine Regiment having a lot of good transports, but not a lot of good ability to fight us on the land, I think. All right, let's see what we have here for infantry. We have a couple of troops here, couple of pieces of artillery, but most importantly, we have all of our naval forces here. So we're going to go ahead and have yet another naval landing here. And we need to get these forces R&R. They are so demoralized. As you can imagine, the enemy has been hitting Seoul the hardest because it's the capital of South Korea. Capturing that would be a huge gem and a huge advantage for the North Koreans. But we're going to go ahead and have our forces just kind of dig in and wait along these roads. The North Koreans just have not been able to break through, and that's mostly because of this Fiat here. This thing is an absolute ferocious beast and can kill transports and eliminate enemy infantry at a great distance. Now, they might have a lot of transports with them, so we just need to be cautious about what they bring up, and I'm going to try to get some recon units out here. We're going to see a lot of infantry, and we don't really have, I think, much of an air force here today to help us out, but we do have a navy, and of course the Donghae has always been an extremely useful unit to eliminate forces that are coming down the road, so we can try to block them completely. I'm also going to call out a Monitor Zippo, two of those to flank down the canal here and block the enemy at Echo, where they may possibly spawn their forces from. In the meantime, I'm going to try to get some... actually, we probably don't want to start too close to them, but I want to keep an eye on them. This is an amphibious unit, though, so it should be able to cross the water if needed to go to the other side. So if we need to, we can cross the river and go over to that side to support. We need more infantry, but we just don't have them at our disposal yet. These are anti-tank units as well. They should join in the village. Basically, what we've learned here is that the North Koreans have a real problem going through Delta and seem to not want to take the main roads. We'll get some... wow, it's awesome how we have a naval force defending around here. Let's go ahead and get another hardened group here. We'll have this Marine group move into where our original capture point is. And we actually should probably keep Naval Sector Charlie reinforced. Let's go ahead and get rid of one thing. Let's go ahead and keep our command here. It's going to be more important, I think. Alright, let's go ahead and launch the battle. We should be okay. And let's get our group troops going where they need to go. We'll send up a command to Delta as soon as we can. But these are worth more points and easier to defend. or a combination of both.
Orders, sir.
All right, Donghae will go over here. All right, well, we're against now all the North Korean naval forces. Don't worry about that. We'll go ahead and capture that. There we go. Moving into buildings for cover. All right. So we should see the North Koreans move through Delta and possibly through Echo. It looks like they've actually decapped everything that they had. They are not holding any points. That's interesting. We have a naval reinforcement point, and we have additional points here at the Daejeon sector, but interesting. I'm not seeing any North Koreans anywhere. Oh, there we go. Oh, no, they're trying to capture then decapture. Let's move over here. All right, the Marines have landed out of the landing craft. What are the North Koreans doing? I don't know what their plan is this time around. I'm expecting the same attack again because that's what they can do. But Echo's got me puzzled. Oh, wait, here we go. Oh, they actually have ships at their disposal now. All right, good. Our monitor Zippos should be able to take those down. 40 millimeters of our monitor Zippos. Let's get some more ships in here then to block them completely. These can absolutely destroy transports as well. These monitor Zippos. Let's move into the crossroad and block them. Let's get our troops into cover then. Unfortunately, the Marines had to travel before they got to the capture point, but we should be okay. No enemy aircraft here. But we're going to bring our STRB-90s from the Swedes. They're bringing their aircraft over, or their ships over, to fire Hellfire missiles. Interesting movement with the Shanghai. I'm surprised we see an enemy navy because they don't technically have a naval call-out sector. So the fact that they have that is unfair. There is nowhere that anywhere else, there's air and land, but there's nowhere that they should actually have a navy. So that is actually, that is unfair. There should be no reason that they should have that, actually. Alright, where did our other individual naval craft go? I forgot to bring over a... Oh, looks like they're coming straight to Daejeon.
I'm all ears.
I don't care about the Shanghai as much now. I want to kill those BTRs.
Okay, what's the deal?
I don't know where that individual naval unit went. Maybe I called them back. Okay, yeah, I did. Let's get them out. They're going to land over here. I want to get some more supplies. We'll get supplies out on the ocean and bring them to wherever they need to go.
What's up, sir?
Don't care about the Shanghai as much. It's really worth nothing in points. There we go. Flamethrowers. Beautiful. Awesome. All right, let's finish off the Shanghai after all. Alright, let's eliminate all those groups. Not a lot of munitions on those ships. We'll bring the moon out. They can switch out and resupply. America. Excellent. They're flamethrowing and blocking off those BTRs. Interesting. The enemy Marines were ready for a crossing, but they kind of didn't do the crossing. I think they've learned their lessons. The North Koreans' attacks have really slowed down since the beginning. I'm going to send out a couple of naval recon forces here. Quite a few. I want to see what they've got at Ongjin and then try to capture whatever they have. I want to move all the way down here and block the bridges.
Why does it always have to be me?
Let's block the bridges before we do anything else. Wow, apparently my morale is super low too. We're down to 613. The North Koreans up over 2,000. I didn't even realize that. I don't even think we'll take a loss here today, so this will probably be a draw. Because we're not going to see much of anything in terms of huge score.
Why does it
Unless we destroy enemy commands at Echo and their command's probably hidden in the back somewhere.
What's up, sir?
Let's get those Marines dropped. Moon is coming in to resupply the Zippos. Let's go ahead and finish off those forces here. Don't see any enemy. I thought I saw a lot of BTRs moving this way, but it doesn't look like they followed through with the attack. It looks like they may have either turned back or were just part of this force here that we destroyed in like 2 seconds. Okay, well, we're just going to go up the canal then and see if we can go around on Jin and just find more forces. So let's get her done. Unfortunately, the Monitor Zippo doesn't have a lot in terms of weapons. Let's have the STRBs move up too. Try to flank them.
Okay, what's
Now, let's get closer, boys, before we shoot. BTRs really can't do much to our Monitor Zippos. These ships are pretty heavily armored. I mean, machine guns aren't going to do much against them. Okay, STRB-90s are armed with grenade launchers, machine guns, and also Hellfire missiles. We'll go up to the crossroad and then circle back. Beautiful. Burn them out, boys. Might actually be able to launch an attack here. Let's get our military loaded up. Let's have our Marines just, are you guys not able to cross any of the... Huh, looks like they're actually... They're not... The Marines are not able to cross this small little... Oh, wow. Yeah, some sort of a interesting structure here. Some sort of a wall. It's a dried riverbed. They're not able to get across it. Are you kidding me? That's unfortunate. Alright, we're going to surround Echo and see if we can find some commands. Let's get a recon up here. Speaking of recon, we have our... Oh, wonderful. Look at that. Our forces are going across amphibiously. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and refuel there, and then we'll take a peek at what they've got at Ongjin.
Okay, what's the ball?
Alright, let's block the bridge. Oh, looks like they bailed from Echo. Enemy command has left Echo.
Orders, sir.
And I saw a unit briefly at Ongjin. Oh, and what do we have here? Oh, an enemy ship. Another. Oh, that's where that Shanghai bailed to. Let's go ahead and see if we can fire a Hellfire at that. Finish it off. It's a small enough boat where we can do damage. And what might that be? Wow, the enemy Marines here are just kind of like hanging out. The enemy hasn't done much in terms of anything. They occupy certain areas, but it's kind of a standoff now. Shanghai could get us with the 3725. But we have a longer range. Our Hellfires are probably at like... Oh, they're at like 2600 or plus. Oh, okay. Romulan Cloak engaged. Clever, Shanghai. Clever. Oh, enemy command there destroyed. Or something. And an enemy ship blown out of the water. Fantastic. Yo-yo. Okay. Oh, did they just bail completely from Echo? Looks like we kicked the enemy out of here. Let's look around for them. Monitor Zippos are standing by. Right, get up here and get refueled. KM900s, we're going to have them come up here then. Interesting, this is like operation behind enemy lines now. Enemies bailed out of Echo. I guess they didn't get a lot of starting points, even though they have high morale, or they did. Till we blew up a lot of stuff. Okay, well, the chance of them flanking us is rather low. Let's bring up the Monitor Zippos then. And let's wreak havoc on Ongjiling, whatever that is. Let's bring up our Marines. Let's bring up everything we got. Unfortunately, our Marines will have to go on foot. Bringing them back to the surface carriers and doing all that would just be too time-consuming. Okay, well, we're going on the offensive. Looks like we've got a clear opportunity to push into enemy territory. I'm keeping an eye out with recon to see if they're trying to flank, but it just doesn't look like they're attempting it. I was really expecting a large-scale enemy attack, but not happening. Alright, let's get the Marines dropped off. We're still going to drop a Marine detachment to secure our command there. And the monitor Zippos, we're going to move our moon up there now and see if we can have our monitor Zippos resupply after a later battle. We'll just chill for a little bit. Alright, let's go ahead and split. And let's have these two deploy. Let's start looking for enemy units. Drop a recon over here, one inside the town. Maybe we can cross and go that way. Monitor Zippos are starting to arrive. Almost here. They got a pretty poor range mostly, but they do have a pretty good weapon. That 40mm is very good against transports. And our Dong Hae over here, 76, 30, and 40. Not something you want to mess with. I believe the enemy's air and land routes are here, so let's... If they call out any reinforcements, let's block them right there. Ooh, and I just saw a unit. That may have been the FOB, yep. STRB-90s standing by. Can't really shoot at that. This is great, 90mm on this KV-9. I wonder if this is an autocannon. 90mm autocannon? I doubt that. But we can cross. We can cross the river. A little bit more hesitant to go across bridges at this moment. Alright, you head down here and then across. Where's the rest of our monitor Zippos? Boys, you guys are taking a long time. The surface vehicles are about to cross past them. Got action. There we go, our recon spotted them. They totally want to attack us. Alright, stay back, boys. Actually, let's get across with our infantry first. Whatever the hell we did, we got them out of here. Wow. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Alright, let's get across the river. Alright, we got some fun. Get those Marines up there. Let's get a Fiat in support. So it's basically recon and Marines. It's Marine Force recon, really. We got South Korean Marines and recon units looking for the North Koreans. We might be able to find their command. Wow, we got a great range with that. Let's have our recon move up. Beautiful. Enemy squad eliminated. Let's get closer. Oh, and they're bailing. The zone has decolorized of... they bailed. Oh, they surrendered. Wow, fantastic. Excellent. Wow, what a tactical move. Everything destroyed. Fantastic. That is it, baby. They have surrendered. North Korean units now starting to surrender. That's going to be the theme for the rest of this. Let's see the explosion of that. Hell yeah. Wow, fantastic. Excellent, excellent, excellent. We put such a hurt on them. That is wonderful. All right, everyone. Well, that is it for today's episode. So thank you very much for tuning in. Very good successes. We've destroyed the Soviet Navy. We've liberated Seoul yet again. And the enemy has started to surrender. That's going to be the theme for all coming battles. So very, very good. We're going to get a lot of R&R and things done as soon as we can, too. There's a lot of units that are stressed out and that need some R&R. For example, some of our units here need coercion, whatever it is. We're going to get it all done. Oh, man. All right, we got a lot to do, and I will see you next time to do it. Goodbye, everyone, and thanks for watching.